What's up, you guys? It's your girl Tiara. You know what I'm gonna say. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and let's get to it. So I think y'all already know from the title of this video that we're going to be discussing 8 things that I would have told my younger self. A lot of these things I'm still working on, but it's definitely things I would have told my younger self, because if you would have asked me years ago, a long time ago, I would have been like, no, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Alright, so number 1, stop stressing over things you can't control. And this is a big one. I feel like this is still something that I work on, because I've always felt like I was a perfectionist. I always felt like I had to have things perfect, and you know what? That can really hinder, I feel like, your goals, your success. I say goals because if you're wanting everything to be perfect and you have a goal set in mind and you don't take action, this can hinder you because you're not taking action. You have a whole plan planned out, but you're not executing. So I think that's something that I struggled with a while back, that I would just have everything planned out. I could have the best plan, but if I'm not executing, then we got a problem. I gotta execute. I have to execute. So that's something that was like, yeah, I'm gonna put on a list for sure. Number 2, stop caring about what other people think about you. Girl, this is a big one. Gotta stop caring about how they feel about you. Sis, are you running scared or are you running free? No, but for real, like, stop caring about who doesn't like you. Only person you should be worried about who likes you is yourself, and of course God. Like, that's about it, sis. Like, you know, people who's supposed to be around you, people who's supposed to be with you, relationship wise, or your environment, they will come. If they're meant to be around you, if they're meant to be with you, they will come. Trust me. Number 3, your voice is powerful. I say this because, just as a person in general, as a leader, as someone who wants to make a change, who wants to break. Do y'all hear him in the background singing? Okay, all right. Disregard that if you do. As a person who wants to make a, change, break generational curses, I think it's important that you're using your voice, because your voice is what's going to lead to change. So if you're just like sitting back, going with the flow, you're not speaking up, you're not saying what you want to say, just in general, it doesn't even have to be something where you're being like rude. Like, I'm totally against rude comments, because I feel like it takes more energy to be rude and nasty and mean to people. But like, just speaking up. Your voice doesn't have to be an intimidating thing. It doesn't have to be something that's, negative. Your voice can be really powerful. So I think it's something that, if you don't already utilize, you should definitely utilize that. Something I had to learn, because I'm one of those who would just, if you would have asked me a while ago, I would sit back, chill, and I'm still like cool and chill, but a lot of stuff you can't just let fly. You gotta speak up, you gotta talk about it, you gotta be real with yourself, and you just gotta move up. You gotta move up. Point blank, speak up. What number are we on? 1, 2, 3. I think we're on number 4. If we're not, it's okay. All right, stop being so hard on yourself. So I think that's a good one too, because when you think about it, it's like we set these goals, we want to meet them, and we automatically think, oh, if we don't hit these goals, then it's over. That should not be the case for you. It's just, when you don't meet goals, it's just something didn't work. And wherever that something is, whatever that something is just another way for you to figure out what you need to adjust, what you need to change, what you knew were your weaknesses, what you knew were your strengths. I don't think it's a time for us to be like, I'm gonna give up on that dream, or I'm gonna give up on that goal. No, let go it can still happen. To be honest, it can still happen, but you got to figure out what didn't work and what did work. Because what didn't work this time may, if you choose a different strategy to go about it, it could work the next time. But at the end of the day, it's the same goal. It's not going to be the same journey. That's how I look at it. So a lot of times I'm just like, stop being so hard on myself. Like, you know, I have to tell myself, one thing I would tell myself like years ago is stop being so hard on yourself. Like, girl, you got a lifetime. There's going to be a lot of learning to do, a lot of lessons to learn. So yeah. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Work smarter, not harder. So, you know, I gotta bring in a quote by Denzel Washington. You probably heard of it, you probably haven't. But it says, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot done. Don't confuse movement with progress. This is so true, because you can be doing a whole lot of work, but you really ain't getting a whole lot done. When technically there's a better way to go about it, smarter way to go about it, and you can get it done in less time. So that's why I had to learn, like, you know, there's a lot of things I could have been doing differently that would have been smarter if I done it differently, instead of me trying to be the perfectionist and wanting things to, you know, do my way. I want to do things my way. When in reality, I should have just been thinking a lot smarter about it instead of just playing myself. Next one. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So now I feel like a lot of the things that, you know, years ago that I was learning, I was thinking, oh, you know, if I have this, you know, I got my degree, if I have this, or if I, you know, work towards getting this and doing that, sis. Listen, so I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm half and half with this, because a lot of times it's not what you know, it's who you know. But then there's times where it's like, it's not even what you know, or it's not even who you know. It's just, you know, blessings. But that's another story. That's another story. I feel like, yeah, you can have a degree. I feel like you can have all of this different stuff under your belt. I feel like, you know, there's a lot of things, yes, you do need to know, but you need a network. You need people that you can speak with or talk with, people who's going to connect you with the right people. Okay, wait, y'all. Hang on. Somebody at the door. It might be Quentin. Okay. We're back. Yeah, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. I think there's a lot of things that have came across my life, and I felt like, oh, I had to know something, I had to have this. But a lot of things happen, you know, God willing, you know, God works in mysterious ways. So I felt like a lot of things wasn't just about me knowing. A lot of things wasn't just about me having to learn. There's people in your life that come into your life. It could be for a reason and a season, but whatever it is, there's a meaning to it. Okay, next one. You have control over your destiny. I say that because, like, my younger self would have thought, oh, you know, I have to stick with this, or I can't change. Like, this is my goal and I can't change it, or whatever. No, you can always change your goals. You don't always have to stick with that one thing. If you don't like something, switch it up. If you do like something, okay, go with it. But if you don't like something after you, you know, experienced the environment, or you experienced the lifestyle or whatever, switch it up. Who said you had to be content with, you know, be content with what you thought you wanted, if that makes sense. So, like, if you wanted to be in a specific career or whatever, who say you had to stay content and stagnant with that career because now all of a sudden, like, you know, you don't like it? Switch up, change it. You're in control of your life. So there's no reason why, You know, you shouldn't be able to change things. I think life is about exploring. I think life is about picking out what, you know, learning more about yourself, picking out what you do like, what you don't like. Because it's hard to say. I feel like when people say, what do you want to be when you grow up? Off the bat, I want to be this, I want to be that. But that's just your imagination. That's what you felt like you wanted to be. But then when it comes down to you actually being it, it's just like, dang. Some people might think, dang, like, I don't know. I thought I wanted to be this, but I'm actually this. And I feel like you should not beat yourself up over that. Like, it's life. It's about exploring. It's about, you know, figuring out about yourself, what you do like and what you don't like. You have control over your destiny. If you don't like something, change it. Point blank. But yeah, if y'all want a part 2, just let me know. Let me know. I'm happy to do a part 2. I think facing your fears and starting where you're at, I think that has been one of the biggest reasons where I'm at today. I'm not where I want to be right now. I'm not where I want to be years from now, but it's a start. You know, I'm 24 years old. We bought a house at the age of 22 years old. So if you would ask me several years ago, you know, this is a big milestone for us. This is a big milestone. So I feel like, you know, facing your fears, you know, just starting, I think is what's going to help you move to the next step. So definitely start where you at. Just write your plan out, execute, like I mentioned before. Execute, execute, execute. Don't just have a plan written out in your notebook. Make sure you're executing that plan if you feel like you want to push through with it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. You know, I'm going